Hey, what's up? DFS Rico coming at you with my picks and insight for this NBA DraftKings 7-game slate on Monday, March 2nd. Just looking at this slate early on, there is a lot of injuries. Lillard is still out, Aldridge is still out. I believe Levine is doubtful. Porzingis has already been ruled out. Um, who else? Gordon is questionable. Drummond's doubtful. Just opens up a lot of value everywhere. So early on. I'm looking at a lot of guys from the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Mavericks, the Bulls. But there is a ton of guys that you can't overlook that are in fantastic matchups. Like at point guard early on, I'm looking at guys like Harden, Trae Young, Luka, and Westbrook all up top. And they're all in fantastic matchups. But what's really the deciding factor for all these guys is the fact that Luke is playing without Porzingis, and I could see every other play being a great play. Just if I was to just decide off of something, it would be that. They're all in fantastic matchups. So like New York, Memphis, and New York for Westbrook is just all easy matchups. Like I could see all of them going for plus 60 tonight, and it just depends who you want to lean towards in roster construction and all that. But early on, I'm looking at Luka. I will name off some guys that I do like as well that are in good matchups, like John Morant. I like him in his matchup. Alfred Payton is looking good in his matchup. Sexton, Kobe White at the point guard and shooting guard position is fantastic. With Levine out, Satoransky's fantastic with Levine out. Murray's a fantastic play. Barrett's in a great matchup. Conley's in a fantastic matchup. Fultz should be even better if Gordon sits out at 5.3. I think that's it early on at the point guard position. But early on, yeah, I am locking in Luka at the point guard position. Shooting guard, I do like obviously James Harden. McCollum's still looking solid. Mitchell's solid. Butler's not in a great matchup, but in a competitive game at 7.5, he is a bit underpriced. I understand the matchup is tough, but 7.5 is a little too cheap for him. DeRozan at 7.3, who sees a 35% usage rate with Aldridge off the court. I really like him. He's probably one of my go-tos early on that I'm looking at. Fournier 6.4 should be sneaky. With Gordon out, he should see a bump towards like 35 minutes with Gordon out, and that should honestly open up a lot of points in this matchup for him. Should have a lot more usage, a lot more ball handling opportunities, a lot more assist and rebound opportunities. But early on, I do like Barrett, obviously. Kobe White, I talked about him. Dylan Brooks is looking solid at 5.3 in an amazing matchup. Um, Kevin Porter Jr. at 4.9 with Garland out is looking solid. See me playing a little bit of him. I think that's it early on at the shooting guard. So early on, I'm just going to be going towards Kobe White at 5.8K. I really like him with Levine doubtful, which you should slide him into the starting lineup. And when he is playing, when he's playing 30 plus minutes, he's just putting up massive numbers. 50, 49, 42. He had that nice solid stretch where he was just going off at 5.8. If he's starting, I could see him reaching value easily. And a pretty good matchup, too. It should be a good game with Porzingis out. Shouldn't be a blowout, I hope not. At small forward, guys I already mentioned, like Butler, DeRozan are solid. Fournier, I like him. Kevin Porter Jr. solid at 4.9. His position's always lacking, honestly, small forward. I could see me playing a little bit of Dorian Finney-Smith. The Porzingis is out. He should get a little extra run, upwards of 30 minutes, And then, what else? Rudy Gay at 4.3, he had a huge game, 30 points, 39 fantasy points. 30 minutes, 39 fantasy points in the last game. Did bump him up 1,000, but if Poto and Aldridge are both out, he should get that extra run, honestly. Should be playing towards 30 minutes since they're so depleted with the bigs. They probably only have Trey Lyles and him. So I do like him a decent amount. So early on at small forward, I am looking to plug in DeMar DeRozan at 7.3. I really like him still in a tougher matchup, but should be a good game at home. Giannis at power forward, I could see me paying up for him if I'm building multiple lineups. Gordon I already said he's questionable. If he misses, it should bump up guys like Fournier, Fultz, and Vooch, and whoever does start for him are the guys that I would be looking towards. Julius Randle at 7.7 in a fantastic matchup versus Houston, which should be a fast-paced game. He does fit the game script, so I hope they do play him for 35 minutes if the game stays competitive, but you never know with New York. They've been playing him oddly lately at 32, 38, 25, 20. His minutes have just not been consistent, even in close games. 7K for Kevin Love is a little cheap. He did play 38 minutes in his last game, I believe. 38, 37, something like that. 37, put up 49 DraftKings points. And with Drummond out and Thompson out, should open up a lot of rebounds in a pretty easy matchup versus Utah. Sounds kind of funny saying that, but Utah has not been good defensively lately. TJ Warren's not too bad at 6K in a good matchup. Larry Nance at 5.2. I am looking to build around him a little bit in some of my lineups. Against Utah, he should be starting since Drummond is doubtful. 5.2. He could easily hit value at this. Should be a tough matchup for him though. Rudy Gobert's a big man. Nance isn't too big. He is a little more athletic, I feel though. So maybe he has that going for him. And then DeAndre Hunter at 5K. I do like him in a really good matchup versus Memphis. He should play, 38, 36 minutes if the game is competitive. So as long as he's putting up shots, he is going to get the rebounds. He just needs to put up a couple shots, and you should be getting a little double-double from him. So I do like him. Trey Lyles at 4.8 is not too bad if he's going to be playing 35-plus minutes, which I assume he will. At a monster game his last game. Maxi Kleber should be starting for Porzingis, so at 4.4 I could see him playing, 28, 30 minutes. Chicago does like to play small, though, so I'm not sure how he'll fit in the game script, but he should be fine at 4.4 if he's starting. Dorian Finney, 4.3. I already talked about him. Rudy Gay at 4.3 is the guy I'm going to be plugging in right now. It's early on, just looking at it. At 4.3, I do like him a lot, which he should be getting close to 30 minutes this game, I hope. Up next, got centers. Vooch at 8.4 is probably my favorite one to pay up for, just due to the fact that Gordon should be out, and which should give him way more rebound opportunities in a really good matchup versus Portland. Portland is one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. So Vooch should be solid in that matchup. Gobert at 7.8 versus Cleveland is looking solid. Do like him as well. Randall, I already spoke about him, but my favorite right now is Jonas Valanciunas, and I'm sure he's a lot of people's favorite. He's going to be playing 30, even 28 plus minutes at 6.8 in a matchup versus Atlanta. I see no reason as to why he can't just put up another easy double-double, even a 15-20 game in this 6.8. He's been on a tear the last two, 51 and 49 fantasy points in the last two. He's been getting the actual run, which is good for him. 31, 32 minutes is what you like to see, so hopefully we see that from him again today. He should feast versus Collins. Collins is just not going to be able to stop this man. He's too small. But just looking even lower at center, I already spoke about Nance. I like Turner as well at 5.2 if you want to be a little different from the field, because I feel Nance will be a little more popular. The same price. I like Brook Lopez at 4.8 as well. Depending on how many lineups you're playing. I mean, if you're playing multiple lineups, a lot of the guys I'm recommending are for more lineups. And I think that's it. So yeah, early on, these 5 players are probably 5 of my core plays. Luka, Kobe, DeRozan, Rudy Gay, and Valanciunas. So yeah, if you got any questions, like, comment, subscribe. And thanks for watching.